What's up, YouTube? It's Dylan from the Buddy Force here. Today we've got our friend Alex. Alex actually got first place at our regionals, but we weren't able to get his deck profile on the day of, so we're just doing it now. So, Alex, what deck were you playing for the regionals?
If you guys watched my deck profile for the OTS, I was playing Thunder Dragon again. I played a bit of a different build this time, mostly because I played some trap cards. So,
Okay, let's get right into it.
all right. So I'll start with the main Thunder package. Playing 3 of each, except 1 duo. I'm playing a 45 card main deck, mostly to facilitate having room for things like 3 Matrix and 3 Roar. I never really found that I bricked, or if I did brick, it was in a way that I could also stop my opponent from playing until I could draw playable the next turn. So I definitely don't regret playing this size of Thunder package. They're all useful in their own way in the deck, which, depending what you're playing against, if it's Orcas, you don't really go into Colossus because that doesn't hurt them, but for other decks, Colossus can really... You can end on either Colossus Titan, or depending on which normal summon you draw, you can end on Titan with IP Masquerena. Next, for the normal summons, I'm playing 2 Solars, 3 Lupines. I think Lupine's a lot better. It can unbrick bad hands, because what happens is you could have any Thunder in hand, you normal summon it, you banish that for cost, and if that's one of the ones that have an effect when banished, you activate that effect and you can chain block it too. So I feel Solar, you need to open certain cards like Shifter or what's it called, Hawk, to make it live, but I feel this is live more often, that's why I play more. Next, we'll get into the hand traps. So I'm playing 3 Shifter, 3 Ash, and then 2 of the Phantasma and 2 of the Veiler. Phantasma at 2. Partly budget, partly I couldn't find room. I mean, I'm already playing 45, so I think it'd be hard to justify finding room for a third one. Shifter is the best card for this deck. It's how you compete with Orcas. It's how you completely dominate the Rogue matchup as well as the Salamangreat matchup. It's fun that all the anti-Orcas cards that I played, when I only played Orcas for 1 round and then Orcas splashed into Dark Spiral 1 round, I played Salamangreat a lot more, so this really came in handy. For spell cards, 2 Thunder Dragon Fusion, 3 Allure, and 1 Goldsark. Goldsark's a really good card. Obviously in this deck, it unbricks a hand because it gets your effects going. Thunder Dragon Fusion is your recursion. You banish it to add either Roar, if you want to send another fusion that turn, or you banish it, summon Hawk, or whatever you need to continue your game state. With just a Thunder Dragon Fusion engrave, you can go from nothing to a full board again. And then Allure Darkness is crazy. You draw 2, and you activate your Thunder effects in hand when you banish them for Dark and Roar, which are obviously the 2 best effects to activate their banished effects. There was once where I got Lancet after activating it. I don't think the other player knew the interaction, but what happens is you get to draw 2 cards, you just have to reveal a Dark, and then if you do that, you just get to keep the cards. And depending on your hand, that can be good, or it can be bad if you're really counting on that banish to keep your combo going. For trap cards, I'm playing the 1 Scythe because I'm playing 2 Dynamiscus, 2 Sanctum, a Trap Trick, and 2 Crackdown. All these cards, you open 1 of them against Orcas, you're having a pretty good time. You open 2 of them, and you're set, because, minus the Scythe, of course. But like Sanctum just stops their turn outright. You wait till they play like Mathematician or something like that. And then Crackdown, you hit the Galatea. Dynamiscus, you hit the Galatea. And Trap Trick is basically like playing 3 copies of each of these without having to dedicate the deck space. And, especially in the case of Sanctum, eliminating the other dead card from your deck. So I felt the trap cards were really strong. I was lucky enough to draw them in enough matchups when I needed them, going first. I had a lot of opponents who forced me to go first in game 2 or game 3 for whatever reason. I did decide to go second, but I felt I drew well enough that I was able to hit like my main combo pieces, get a full established board, and just be able to take the match. For extra deck, for the links, I'm playing 2 link 3s, 3 link 2s, and 1 link 1. This is really only for Matrix. If you draw a Matrix, you link into it. That's the only time you go into it. Basically, these two, you go into this. If your combo involves Solar, you go into this if it involves Lupine. I didn't end up going into Phoenix at all. I guess I just got lucky and didn't... When I played against decks that played Floodgates, I opened Twin Twisters when I sided Game 2 and Game 3. I more went into Unicorn off IP Masquerena. And then BLS, I went into it once or twice. I think it's really good. It was just unfortunate to play against Salamangreat, and he was able to Super Poly away. Because when you summon this using level 7 or higher, which you just use one of your Colossus or Duo or something like that, it's incredibly hard to out. For the fusions, Triple Titan, Triple Colossus, and Starving Venom. Starving Venom is just Super Poly target. Titan, because it is your recursion. It's how you get things back in the deck, and you can really loop every turn and really keep up the grind game if you use those. Colossus is good, not as good as it used to be, but its battle protection effect comes up more, I think, than preventing your opponent from searching it. Whereas a couple times during the regional, somebody like, oh, terraforming, and I just have to point out Colossus, which either they weren't familiar with the matchup or they just weren't used to playing Thunder Dragon in general. Last 2 cards in the extra deck. Playing Gustav Max and Juggernaut Libe. I went into this a couple times to end games. I didn't get a chance to play this, but this card is actually pretty good. It's a little pricey because it's a Legendary Duelist card, but the big play with this one is that they have Galatea on board. You summon it under the Galatea arrow. You detach the other material because you already burned them for 2,000 with that. So this has 1 material left. It has 6,000 attack, and because of its effect, it can attack twice. Then because Galatea is linked, it can't be destroyed by battle. So after those 2 attacks, you just end the game. And then into the side deck. They said the first half is like anti-Orcas, but also applicable for other decks. And the rest is like Spell Trap Hate. So I'm playing these as sort of like my... I know I already main deck a fair amount of Orcas Hate with the hand traps and the physical traps, but Lancia can be a blowout. Nibiru is definitely a blowout. You wait till they summon Ding, try to attach, and you just drop Nibiru on them. And then their Symbol or Harp remains banished. They have a token that's not too difficult to out, especially when you have Titan, or even the Nibiru token, because it probably won't have enough defense to withstand the attack. And then the Super Poly is just for like those IP Galatea boards. The reason I'm playing 3 of these and only 2 of that is because I want to see this in opening hand, but I'm fine with this being my 6th draw. And last cards on the side are 2 copies of Denko, Twin Twisters, Eradicator, Epidemic. This is good because you can search it off Trap Trick, and then, or if they target your Colossus, you can just shotgun it. It's an absolute blowout against the right matchup, if you call it correctly, if you know at all what you're playing, but if you're siding, you should. Twisters is just Spell Trap when you really need it. And then Denko can also be a blowout depending on the deck. I played against, like even Salamangreat. If you can normal this, then you can really shut down Roar or Rage, which can be pivotal for you to get your combo going. And then as well, it's searchable of banishing Thunder Dragon Fusion or Thunder Dragon Duo's effect, which Duo's effect came up more than I thought it would. People just let it destroy things in battle because they didn't know what it did. Alright, and that's the deck.
Okay. Do you have any shoutouts you'd like to give?
I'd like to shout out to the Super Team Buddy Force Unite. I like the old name better. It didn't roll off the tongue as well, but they're the only Yu-Gi tubers I subscribe to.
Okay, well, congratulations once again for getting first place at the Winnipeg Regionals. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.